everybody, and welcome once again to an episode of Bill Has Opinions, the Thanksgiving show with a candy corn problem. I am Laura Lavoie, and I am here with Bill Perkins. Surprise! It's Bill Perkins.
Yeah.
He has opinions.
Here I am again.
Yeah. I mean, it is technically your show.
Well, I mean,
it's your name.
I guess. I mean, it's got my name in it, but it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Laura, because I wouldn't be provoked into doing anything except having these opinions in front of my drunk friends. So
that's fair. I mean, that is where it came from. And this, I mean, to be honest, it was a pandemic hobby that sort of became a forever hobby. So
yes,
because we were really bored at home for a year. And
right.
I'm like,
yeah,
hey,
it gives me a reason to get out of the house once a week, which I look forward to.
Sure.
So
all right, so we're glad you're all here. I have teased this episode multiple times on the social medias, so glad you're here because we will be eating gross candy corn, but you do have to sort of stick with us because we're not doing that right away. We'll get to it.
Yeah,
we'll get to it.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
So welcome, Bill. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty okay this week. Yeah, I got no complaints really. Except for holdover complaints from last week, but we're past that. We're just like we're in the process of putting that in a bubble and blowing it away.
All right, yeah.
That was from Dharma and Greg, but
it was. I remember that.
but I liked that was a thing. It was like one of those. I like to think when you watch some corny, stupid pop culture thing, there's always a kernel of something you can get out of everything, right?
Sure.
I like to think that, and so I guess the kernel of wisdom I got from Dharma and Greg was put it in a bubble and blow it away, and I find that sometimes to be a helpful ritual for like letting bullshit go, like stop dwelling on it.
I completely agree, and I am also a person that I thought Dharma and Greg was a freaking great show. I actually rewatched it lately. I rewatched it like a year or so.
Did it hold up?
I thought it wasn't bad. Like, I mean, it was dated.
It's got a laugh track, right?
Yeah, it does. It was dated, but it was cute enough. Hi, Jill. Happy Thanksgiving week. Thank you for tuning in.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble, because we're gonna eat some nasty candy corn at some point.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen.
But everything's going pretty splendidly for me after I put everything in the bubble. How are things going for you this week?
No, nothing crazy. I was telling you before the show, got really kind of super trashed on Saturday, this is something at the age of 46 I should not do ever.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Well, I think once a year you're entitled to forget about it, and that's usually what happens to me. I think I have one good trashing a year where I'm like, oh boy, I shouldn't have done that.
This was definitely that kind of day. It was the Asheville holiday parade.
Oh yeah.
So we went downtown. Our neighbor was in the holiday parade, and so we watched that. And then we waited until Santa came down, and then we drank a lot.
So you guys were at the end of town there watching it though. So you didn't. I was just curious, like if they put the tree up in town yet.
Yes, but we weren't there.
But how is it? Because they've torn the obelisk down.
Right, yeah. We weren't on that side of town, so I don't know. You know what? I don't know for sure, but the Grove Arcade was celebrating their very first tree lighting ceremony on Saturday, way later than we were there. So part of me wonders if they moved the tree.
Oh, okay.
Like if they're not, I don't know that for sure. That's just a guess on my part.
All right, well,
but
fair enough. I came halfway to Asheville on Saturday. About the same time you were at the parade, I was at Biltmore Park and discovered that Biltmore Park had basically rolled up last year.
So for people not in Asheville, Biltmore Park it's one of those
it's
fake
a fakey
cities.
Town.
Yeah, it's
as I like to call them.
Yeah, but we call it fake city for sure. Like it's the live work play kind of place.
It's a mall with the apartments over it, if you will. They have them everywhere now. If you go 10 miles out of any major city, there's probably one. I know the first one I think I ever saw was actually in Illinois, somewhere in the suburbs of Chicago. But they're all like there's one in every suburb of Charlotte, and we've got two of them.
A couple.
We got two of them in Nashville. One of them never really took off because it was built right at the bottom of a bust or something.
Right, right.
But the one that was successful because it has a movie theater. I went there the other day just to pick up something for Christmas for somebody because I'm trying to get my Christmas shopping out of the way early because of supply chain issues.
Yeah, no, I've done the same thing, although most of my stuff was bought online, but yeah.
Yeah, well, this was bought online, but pick up at the store because I don't like paying for shipping because I'm cheap though. Like, I'm the kind of person where I will put something in the fucking cart and it'll be like, your cart has $1,200 worth of merchandise in it, and then I'll go, okay, and it's like, and it's going to be another $12 for shipping, and I'll go, not today, Satan. Nope.
You know, at that point, I like to point out, at that point, you're actually doing pretty well. That's
what I'm saying. Like that, it's that petty. Like it could be some slight amount for shipping, and I'll be like, now you're being unreasonable. You know, like
that's why I
feel like when I spent the $1,200, that I should have qualified for the free shipping.
That is fair. I'll give you that.
So I'm like, I guess not. I won't do this. But so anyway, if people offer me the like buy it online but pick up at the store, I'll usually say, okay, fine, yeah. And then that gives the store the reason to exist also, right? Because then I don't, even though I do like buying stuff online, I don't want for the overall demise of brick and mortar stores, because sometimes you do need to go into a place and feel a thing or see what is this? Like, what is
sure.
You know,
yeah.
I don't know. So anyway.
But free shipping is the entire reason that I have Amazon Prime. But the benefit is that you get to watch movies and things for free.
That is true too. But hey, the actual item I was going to buy is available on Amazon Prime and for a reasonable price. But here's what I read. I read several reviews that said the seller on Amazon Prime for this item was selling bootlegged versions of the item.
Oh yeah.
And several of them had complaints because it broke. They said this isn't a verified vendor for this item.
Yeah.
And that you should buy the item from REI instead. So I purchased it through REI, and I went down there to pick up at the REI store, which is one of the things that's still down there. But I found out that like several restaurants and like I planned to eat lunch while I was down there, and the place I was going to go to lunch was no longer there.
You got put in a bubble and blown away.
Exactly. That's what happened. So, yeah. I was like, And then I walked around and a lot of things had gone. And I was like, wow, this place is a goddamn ghost town or something.
I mean, I guess that kind of retail is the kind that doesn't last this sort of pandemic, right? Or you know, economic unrest.
Right. So anyway, that was... I don't know how I felt about it, like one way or the other. It was more just like, I'll be damned.
Good or bad? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Like I kind of am a little sad about the burrito place going on. You know,
but there's another one in town, so you can go.
I mean, there are plenty of burrito places.
Well, no, there's another Neo burrito.
Sure, but you can't swing your arms around in this town without hitting a burrito joint. So
that's
it's like
also true.
It's one of those things. Like actually, when somebody tells me like there's a new restaurant opening in Nashville, and I'm always like, oh, let me guess, is it burritos or pizza? Because it's always one of those two. And it's like nobody ever opens anything different. It's like burritos or pizza.
That's fair.
Anyway, it's fine.
It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, no, this week we're just preparing for Thanksgiving, which is on Thursday. So that's all I'm doing this week. And we'll get to more about that in a minute. But what are you drinking?
Oh, right now I'm drinking another one of those Cold Mountains from last week.
Yeah.
Because I bought some, and then you told me that you went out and bought some more.
Yeah, well, then we drank all the ones you left here.
You already drank all mine, so you went and replaced them.
I did.
And yeah, so anyway, I'm still drinking that. It's growing on me a little bit. I still don't like. It's not my favorite year. I'll say that. Like it's more spicy and less vanilla, and I would really like it. I like the years when it leaned more like hazelnut or vanilla, because those are flavors that like always like hit with me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a really good vanilla porter last night. We went to this place called Up on the Roof down in Greenville, which is a rooftop bar, as you might imagine
that
from the name.
Seems like it might be, yes.
And it's like it's one of those kind of a tapas sort of thing, like, and they have all this like weird, Anyway, I had pork cheek tacos and I had a vanilla porter, and it was good.
Nice.
It was a good meal.
Nice. That sounds delicious. So I didn't bring my can with me, and so this is Nashville Brewing, but it's not. It's actually a Highland Gaelic ale. I just went kind of middle of the road flavor wise because I knew we were about to eat a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go something, but for the show, along with the weird shit we're eating, we're gonna try a couple beers. We have here Supper Table, which is a sweet potato beer from Fanta Flora, which is in Morganton.
Nice.
And it's a sweet potato autumn ale brewed with vanilla, ginger, cardamom, clove, allspice, and cinnamon. I have had it. Bill has not, and I wanted him to try it. So
Okay.
we have
I do like
tasters.
pumpkin and sweet potato
I like
beers.
sweet potato.
So,
but then Bill brought this one. It's a defensive pancake, and we're both curious. I don't think you haven't tried this.
I have not tried that. I had defensive French toast over the weekend at the bottle shop where I purchased this at. I thought defensive French toast was it was a stout, and so it was a little strong. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But then I saw this one, and I thought pancake, that might be a little milder. We'll see what that's about.
Well, Jill is not about the sweet potato beer, although I am, because for me it's like a pumpkin. Like you get the right combination of like the body of a sweet potato and then the spices. I don't know. This one may or may not be that, but in the pancake beer, I'm curious. We'll find out.
I mean, I regret half the pumpkin beers I drink. I drink a great many every fall because it's like I remember having a good one and I'm always chasing that high. But
sure, yeah, exactly, yes. My entire beer drinking experience has been chasing that high. Like the first beer I had that was like, the heavens open your mind. Yeah, and I was like, what? And ever since then, I keep looking for beers that have
absolutely. You want to have that same effect again.
Yeah, absolutely.
What
but then in that time, I learned that I like other beers. All right, so we are, and I promise, we are going to get to eating some weird candy like that at some point. But let's start out, as we always do, a monologue. Bill, what would you like to tell us about Thanksgiving? You can take us all the way back to the beginning if you want.
I mean, yeah, they landed a boat in Massachusetts at Plymouth Rock in 1620, and it was a harsh winter for them. They barely survived, and they wouldn't have if it wasn't for the generosity of the Native Americans, who we paid back with smallpox
with
and
genocide, basically.
Yeah,
that's the word.
Like,
we're great.
Yeah. As I understand, Native Americans not a big fan of this particular holiday, and I apologize, folks, if you're Native American or you're sympathetic towards the Native Americans, which I won't say I'm not, but I haven't got to the point where I could stop celebrating Thanksgiving because I don't view it as like and I don't even view it as a religious holiday. Like
I know that's its origin.
It's quasi-religious to a lot of people, but for me, it's just about getting together with your family in the fall and having sort of an autumnal bacchanal. Yeah,
basically. Which, as I alluded to earlier, we're having a 3-house Thanksgiving open house with our neighbors who are all also drunks.
Okay.
So it's going to be.
Oh, and it's also about watching the Lions lose a ball game.
Yes, it is. As everybody who watches this show knows, I'm a Detroit Lions fan, and they play the Thanksgiving Day game every year. And the only reason they keep playing it every year is because the NFL sometimes says, maybe we won't let the Lions play. And then the Ford family that owns the Lions say, maybe we'll stop advertising. So then the NFL is like, okay, you can keep playing.
Yeah, never mind.
No, you're good. Keep doing that.
Sorry we even said that.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Everything's fine. So, yeah, we do. So for me, I am sympathetic toward the indigenous people, and I definitely do not celebrate Columbus Day, but I have not been able to give up Thanksgiving. But it's in a very secular, it's all just about eating the food kind of way.
Right. And to be fair, if any Native Americans wanted to come and, steal food off my table, they're welcome to it.
Oh, yeah. All are welcome.
I will say that. They're not welcome to steal my land, unfortunately. And that's where we don't reciprocate.
That land at one point did not belong to you or any other white people.
Right.
I promise you this. So Jill will be at the Lions game. I am sorry. I feel bad for you. Maybe just get one of those giant pretzels with the Lion at Ford Field.
Yeah.
There's a vendor that makes giant fucking pretzels.
Oh, they're bigger than regular.
Yeah, they're huge, and it comes with 3 different dipping sauces. They're in each of the little holes of the
cheese and mustard, and what's the third?
I don't remember, but I don't. No, it's like cinnamon butter or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
But on a salty pretzel.
Sure.
All right.
I eat that.
I mean, I can see
caramel is a thing.
Yeah, caramel.
It could actually be, but yeah, it's something like that.
All right.
But
you know what? I want to. If you're watching the Lions lose on TV, look and see if you see Jill in the audience.
Yeah, do that. She'll be like, I'm drinking beer and eating a giant pretzel. Give us the high sign. Give us a BHO. Do
the hashtag.
Do hashtag opinion gang. Bring yourself a sign. Yes. Bill has opinions, loves the Lions. Hashtag opinion gang. Do that. That would be awesome. All right. Okay. So here we are. I know we're about to get. Oh, good. She will. She said she will do that. All right. We're gonna hold you to it.
Yeah.
We'll see if you're on TV. So let's give a shout out to a local business. Well, not even local. Let's give a shout out to an independent business.
Well, I want to say something before we do this because I wanted to mention. I had mentioned I think for a sec about supply issues, and that made me think about so here's where they're not supply issues this year, folks. If you're worrying about getting Christmas gifts, local artisans, there shouldn't be supply issues with. So I'm going to advocate for people shopping local and buying from artists locally instead of the cheap Chinese plastic crap that's sitting out in the boat off the shore waiting for the longshoremen who apparently all quit or whatever the hell. I don't know what happened. But there are boats and boats and boats out there in the ocean.
Yeah. Yep. So yes, I agree. Buy local, buy independent.
Yeah. And this is one of them.
This is one of them. This is my sister, of course, Colors of Kindness. You can find her online or on Facebook. And the reason I mentioned her is I know that on Small Business Saturday, which is this Saturday, she's going to be doing a special where you can get cards on a discount. I don't remember what it is. But hey, here's the thing. You don't just have to get your holiday cards. You know what would make a really neat gift? A set of custom cards, just thank you notes or just little cards stationery that you can give to somebody going off to college.
Absolutely,
or that makes a nice gift.
Yeah, it's kind of a lost art. I really feel bad sometimes. I used to jokingly say to my mom, because my mom will send you a card for Founders Day or other bullshit holiday that comes along. And I'm always Hallmark is going to go under when the boomers die, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm lucky. I bet one year out of 3 I might get Christmas cards in the mail on time.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I buy them and mean to send them,
yes.
And then I'll find myself on December 15th being these aren't going out. Who am I kidding?
I have been on and off Christmas cards. We did some last year, but it was because we were all in the pandemic. And I was like, you know what? I'll send cards.
Right.
And I said I made cards with my cat. She was in a little Christmas tree, and it was cute. So I sent cards to people.
The last cards I remember sending was I had some custom cards made, and there was these two camels having sex. It's a picture I found on the internet of these two camels. Well, first off, camels are funny looking animals, and sex is funny, and camels having sex is really funny.
Sure.
But then I had a caption, so you got the card, and it had just these two camels having sex on Yoda, and it said, "While shepherds watch."
Oh God. Yeah, that makes sense. A few years ago, we bought some that said it was. I would never do this now. By the way, this would not be a thing. But it had Santa with a gun on the front that said "Merry fucking Christmas."
Uh-huh.
I would never send that today. But 10 years ago, it seemed funny.
Yeah.
Now it is not.
Yeah,
it's not funny. So, all right, let's get down to eating some. Well, all right. So I know you brought a prop.
Oh, I just wanted. Well, this is to talk about. We'll get.
All right, we'll get there. All right.
Sorry.
So we're gonna eat some shit.
Yeah.
Here.
Go ahead and start. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're looking for this.
So while we're doing this, because
I'll tell you where to start.
Explain what we're doing. Brock's made
a Thanksgiving dinner candy corn mix.
They put it out at Halloween, which is weird.
Yeah, I know a lot of people already did. So yeah, it's turkey dinner with apple pie and coffee.
Mm-hmm.
The turkey dinner consists of turkey and gravy, stuffing, green bean casserole, and cranberry sauce. And then it has the apple pie and the coffee as dessert.
Yeah.
I find it interesting they went with apple this year instead of pumpkin, because I think most people associate pumpkin with.
That's true, pumpkin pie. I'm a pumpkin pie. I'll say that, sometimes I've seen a meme going around where it's one of these pies has got to go, and it was pumpkin, pecan, cherry and apple. And I'm like, apple can kick it. I don't give a shit. Like if those are my choices,
out of those, I'd kick cherry out. Cherry's out of the bed.
I like cherries. They're like, I don't love cherries themselves, but cherry pie, it's got a certain the mix of tart and sweet. You know.
This is a true statement. This is true. We are already regretting the decision.
We're making this is a deal.
We haven't even started eating it yet. Also, I need to point out. So I'm picking up here too because I separated them out because, as you know, candy corn does not come pre-separated. Somebody made the decision. You can barely see it here, but this is turkey and this is apple pie, and they are almost identical. Like, how would you ever know? You think you're going to get a turkey, but then you're like, oh, it's apple pie.
It's like how the tangerine and the cantaloupe look very similar in the Jelly Bellies.
Yes.
And here's the thing: I like tangerine and I hate cantaloupe. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a crapshoot. You're like, I don't know what I'm gonna get, and then you put it in your mouth and you're like, ah.
So, and I did give us like these are small little bowls, obviously, and I put way more than we want because am not eating more than one. I imagine.
I might eat two of some of them. We'll see.
Well, I know that you have some combinations of flavors.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So yeah, and do you have things at Thanksgiving that you're like that you gravitate towards and things that you just avoid? Like what?
I mean, yes.
Okay, so like, what's a dish that someone commonly brings to Thanksgiving that you just don't eat?
I will normally not eat green bean casserole.
You don't eat the green bean casserole?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. I do not like green bean casserole. I do not like stuffing if it's inside the bird. I will only eat dressing.
Huh.
That's outside the bird. No, I don't want salmonella.
That's funny.
Don't give me that.
I'm a fan of what we called it at my house the wet stuffing. We'd fight over that shit.
Yep, I'm good.
We would fight over the wet stuffing, because it's not dry as sawdust like that. Like the stuffing around the edge of the pan.
Well, it gets crispy. It gets crispy. I like.
I'm also not I'm not a corner brownie person
or a corner pizza.
No, I'm a middle of the pan person. With that.
No.
I like the chewy gooey more than the. So anyway.
All right. Speaking of chewy gooey.
Yeah.
All right. I suppose we ought to start with the turkey.
Okay. So I want to say this.
Arm yourself.
I'm going to eat one by itself first, but then I want to explain a thing.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. Whoever decided to make meat-flavored candy corn.
Jesus, yeah. You know what? It's not that it tastes bad. I think it's just the juxtaposition of your expectations of flavor and texture.
Uh-huh.
But goddamn, yeah, they nailed it tastes like turkey gravy for sure. Like it's like,
but it's also weirdly sweet. Like it's
gravy
but sweet.
It has that candy corn back end that like makes you go, I don't like this at all. Like somebody poured a bunch of sugar in some turkey gravy.
Yeah, let's get a little supper.
All right, I said I was gonna taste. I'm still gonna do it.
All right.
Sorry, but I'm gonna do it. Sorry, now I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna eat any of these separate now because I can't. I don't think. I just want to explain. I'm a meticulous eater in the sense that I usually eat like all of my meat and then I eat all of my, noodles and then all of the.
Oh, okay,
like
right.
I'm that kind of person. Like
right.
There's two exceptions to that rule, and they are if I'm eating barbecue, I like some flavors. Barbecue, where I came from, barbecue came with rice and coleslaw, and I like kind of like letting all that shit mix together, and it tasted good together. And I like my Thanksgiving dinner, some of the flavors to mix. So I get a little bit of turkey and gravy, and a little bit of stuffing, and a little bit of cranberry sauce all on the same fork.
So, okay, here's a question. This is a question I have for you. You're going to try these three flavors together before you try them separately. All right. Let's brace yourself.
I'm going to go nuts.
All right. I am concerned. All right. I want to leave a lot of dead air because I know you need to choose something here.
Man. Okay.
You can chase it with this sweet potato beer.
So, I don't think they nailed cranberry. I'm gonna try another cranberry sauce. Sorry, I don't think they nailed.
You're going out of order, man.
But cranberry sauce is too sweet.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have the tartness. It just tastes like candy corn.
Right.
And I'll get
That
to
just
it because I've tried these before. Bill has not, but I have tried these.
No, the cranberry is messed up.
All right.
It would have been that would have all been fine. It would have tasted exactly like what I expected if the candy corn
We're now possessed.
had the cranberry been
the tart.
remotely tart like it's supposed to be.
So let's before you cleanse your palate here, but let's. I think you need a stuffing independently because
All right.
that is a flavor that should never be in
I feel like
this format. All right. Yeah.
You know what makes it bad is it's got onions in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was just cornbread, I could see a cornbread candy corn.
Right. Yeah.
But this is cornbread and onions.
Yeah. It's even it's got a little sage. Like it's got a little something.
It's got the back end of some spicy, like some savory spices that make it like ugh.
Ugh. I'm gonna have some more sweet potato beer. You know what?
This week I didn't even have that yet.
I don't even know that I like it, but
Skull. Oh, it's better than all this. No. What? You know what?
It's really spicy. Like it's way spicier than it is.
Well, it's got spices in it that I wouldn't have put in a potato casserole, a sweet potato casserole. Like it's got ginger, which I don't
right.
I put ginger on carrots, but I don't put ginger in my sweet potatoes.
Yeah, clove and allspice and cinnamon. I guess it depends on what kind of sweet potato you're making.
Yeah, you know what? It almost tastes like it's like a mix of.
Like you're doing like the roll like it was good.
It's because of this little glass.
Yeah, I know because I gave you the little tiny whiskey glass. Aren't they adorable? They're actually whiskey tasters.
Oh, okay, but I was
they were the smallest glasses I had. So.
You should ask me to bring my little mugs.
Oh yeah, those are cool. All right, but and I poured myself this much, and I have to finish it before I have pancake beers, so I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I think we are at green bean casserole, and I am telling you right now,
boy, this is the one I'm ruined. Like this is the one that's gonna be the worst.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm saying that I'm a person who likes green bean casserole, right? Like it's a thing where like. And I probably won't have any because I don't think my I'll say this, my mother-in-law is she's kind of snobby about food. Like
having owned a restaurant for a majority of
years. Yeah, she had a restaurant for 20 years, so everything she likes to make everything that's like fresh food. You know, it's all got to be like and I'm not saying I hate canned green beans. My mother burned me out on them when I was a kid. So when I make green bean casserole, I buy fresh green beans. But I do still mix in the Campbell's.
See, yeah, that's what gets me. And I like the Campbell's. I like cream of mushroom and other
things, but you don't like it in this.
No, because normally, as you've already described, you take a can of green beans and a can of soup, and you mix it together.
And then you put the French onions on top.
Yes. and
that's the thing that's worrying me about this candy is
does it have that flavor?
Does it have the French onions?
I don't remember. So let's because I tried to block this one.
That's the thing that I'm worried about.
Look, that is an unholy green. Like that is incorrect. All right, you ready?
Green bean candy is the.
Can you smell it?
I don't know. I'm just gonna.
All right, just go for it.
Oh god. This is the word.
It tastes oddly like grass.
Yeah, it's
like I'm just eating grass. Oh god. I do not know what possessed a human being to turn that into candy corn.
No, that's just,
no, that's just wrong.
You know, I watched the new Willy Wonka the other night. I hadn't seen it yet.
Oh, the one with Freddie Highmore and with Johnny Depp. Yeah. When you say new, it's still like almost 20 years old.
I'm sure, but like I didn't see a point in remaking it. It's just somebody else was watching it in my household, so I was like, okay, and I sat there and watched it, and I didn't hate it, but you know, got this. This reminds me of the scene with Violet Beauregard.
Yes,
where she eats the gum that's like an entire meal.
Yeah, the everlasting gum stopper. And then,
no, it's a gum.
Oh, that's right. It is the gum. That's right.
and it's like a turkey. I want to say it's a turkey dinner.
I think it's a roast dinner.
Oh, it's a roast. Oh, yeah, it's pot roast.
Pot roast. She gets the gravy,
and then it ends with blueberry pie.
Yes, which is Violet. You're turning violet. Violet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank God there's no. Oh God, that is just a horrifying flavor. Are you having more of this?
I will have some more of it.
Well, have a little more of that, but save room for dessert because we're gonna have some pancake beer for dessert.
No, I'm still trying to cleanse the old palate off those green beans there.
That's fair. We should have brought water. That would have been a smart idea.
Right.
Yeah, no, they're stuck in my teeth. Like that's part of the problem with candy corn.
Because they get like all.
Yeah, because then you still keep tasting them. All right, so the next
these are god awful. Like who did that? Okay, so you're back on the cranberry, which is it's you know what? Here's the thing.
Well, I didn't take. Well, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I appreciate that you're going to eat it again. I did not eat one.
It's not awful. It's just like a candy corn.
Yeah, it really is the most candy corn tasting.
Oh, it's slightly tartar than a regular candy corn.
Yeah.
But it's not tart like cranberry sauce.
Yeah. And I will say, actually, when you ask, I don't love cranberry sauce either. I won't usually eat that. So I'm not against it. I actually would rather eat things like sometimes, yeah, that for instance, it's the kind that I've got something to tell you about that in a second.
You know my favorite thing about it is you dump it out into the bowl
and that's it.
And it still looks like the can. And so I just mentioned that how my mother-in-law is very like, you know, we make everything by hand.
Right, so you get like real like cranberry.
No. Me and my wife show up. We're the people in the household that like this. This is what we like. We don't want your fancy ass. I mushed up cranberries and stewed them for 3 hours. No, I want this. This is what makes Thanksgiving for me. So we show up with a can of this. This was in the trunk of my car because I'm keeping it there so that I have it with me.
So you don't forget it.
So I don't forget it. Right. On Thursday, I'm going to show up with it, and I'm going to come in and go, boop, and we're going to eat it. Me and Emily will eat it, and there's usually like 1 or 2 other people in the household that'll see it and go, oh, I didn't think we were going to have any of that. Okay, great. And they'll eat it. We eat the whole thing, though.
Right.
I love it. I think it's great. I mean, I know it's like just gelatin and...
Oh, that's literally all it is.
It's gelatin and cranberries. I think that's the 2 ingredients. Yeah. That's all it is.
So to that, Matt had asked me specifically to mention this, and what I wrote down was canned Jell-O pineapple.
Oh yeah.
So as I mentioned, we're doing a 3-house like neighborhood Thanksgiving on Thursday. Mm-hmm. We're doing an all-day thing, starting with parade, and then the Lions game, and then dinner. You know, it's kind of in and out, like people can go between the 3 houses, yada yada.
Right.
Anyway, I found this recipe. It was out of, you know, the old 1950s magazine advertisements, you know, where it's like this drawn image of things. And it was for taking a can of pineapple and putting Jell-O in it and just make it so you don't even take the pineapple, like the rings of pineapple. You don't even take it out of the can. You just drain all the juice, and then you put the Jell-O in it, and then you pop it out just like that.
Oh, so it's like, but it's pineapple rings with that are in Jell-O.
Yes.
Interesting.
But I decided I needed to make this 1950s recipe, but needed to, like, you know, amp it up just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So I am actually making the recipe for painkiller Jell-O shots. And I'm going to put that in the ring pineapple.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to put in the middle, I'm going to put maraschino cherries, just like stacked up.
Okay.
So that when you cut it apart, there's a little maraschino cherry in each one.
Awesome. It's almost like a fruit cake, but not.
So, like, for me, this is going to be the updated cranberry sauce. Like, it's not cranberry sauce. It's just like a Jell-O fruit salad, but boozy.
Yeah.
It's a Jell-O mold.
Boozy fruit salad. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
I call it boozy fruit salad.
You do call it boozy. Do you just now call it boozy fruit salad?
That's what I'm calling it from now on.
I'm very excited about it. I will.
If you have any left, I would love to try some next week.
I will.
Except I won't see you next week.
We won't see you. Yeah. Spoiler alert. We're off for 2 weeks.
Well, now I'm bummed.
Now you're sad. Maybe I'll mail you some. You could drive up here after Thanksgiving and get some.
We'll probably come shopping sometime that weekend. So if
we leave for Wilmington on Saturday.
Leave it in the mailbox.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, you want ants because that's how you get ants. No, but also we will be here on Friday after Thanksgiving because we'll be decorating the house for Christmas.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm not sure what's going on that day.
If you want to come,
I don't
for
know
some
yet.
Jell-O.
Like my, it's all up in the air. For
Hey,
me.
just show up if you want Jell-O.
I'll be told. I'll be told where to be and when to be.
I'll also be back on Tuesday, so if
Okay.
you want to come up on Tuesday for
Okay.
Wednesday. All right, okay. Are we moving on to dessert?
I think we're about there.
Oh, okay.
Dessert. Let's pour the dessert.
Yeah, let's
beer.
pour the dessert beer. We got the pancake. Well, normally I wouldn't say pancakes are dessert.
But they're dessert-ish.
They're.
I mean, it's like dessert for breakfast. If you think about it, it's a cake. I mean, the pancakes is cake batter dumped on the griddle, and then you've dumped maple syrup on top of that.
Tis true.
So that's basically.
Look at it. It's kind of pretty.
It is a pretty beer.
Very dark. All right.
It's a pretty.
Are
What
we-
is it? What is this? A porter? It is.
I don't know. It all literally the only thing on it is pancakes surrounded by barbed
Oh, it
wire.
says porter with maple syrup and vanilla.
Okay. All right. I dig that. It smells good. So let's try this first before we get into the rest of the nastiness.
Yes, it's a very nice. That's a very good porter.
Very maple forward. Like
Mhm.
very maple forward. Like you could eat this in lubricant.
I got the vanilla more than the maple.
Really? I got all maple.
Mm.
Whole mouth full of maple.
I'm very sensitive to vanilla. I think.
I mean, there could be worse things.
I mean, I don't hate the vanilla. I just.
Oh yeah, no, I got the full pancake that time. Like Willy Wonka. Like yeah, and Violet Beauregard. I got full pancake. Like the whole situation.
You know what would be awesome is if it was pancakes and sausage. Or
Would it be awesome though?
I don't know.
Would that be like eating one of these fuckers?
It might
Like,
be.
for some
It
reason,
might
it
be.
tastes like turkey,
I mean,
and that's
I
terrible.
might be on one hand. I might be like, "Wow, they really got that down." And I'm like, "That's disgusting as hell." You know?
All right, so I suppose we ought to eat some apple pie here.
Yeah, let's do that.
So again, I'm curious why they went with apple pie instead of
Pumpkin
pumpkin.
or even
But-
pecan,
Yeah.
which would have been still more.
All right, so I only you're getting ready to eat it, and then you're like, I don't know. When my family ate apple pie, we always ate it with cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese.
I don't hate this one. This
I
one's
you just ate another one.
this is the best of the whole thing so far.
Yeah, it's got like the cinnamon spices and
This is bearable because this tastes like candy.
yeah. It has the pastry flavor. It has the spices. What I don't taste is apple.
You're right. It tastes like pie crust and sugar and some cinnamon maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like I don't know that it would be good with cheese because
There's maybe the slightest on the close, a little hint of apple, but not really.
little hint of apple. Yeah, not a lot.
Mm-mm.
All right, and I'm about to tell you. So I don't like coffee.
Mm.
I do like coffee beers, but usually it's because they're balanced.
You don't actually drink coffee in the morning?
I do not drink coffee in the morning. So the coffee is the final flavor of this situation.
Yeah.
And I do not like coffee. So I will tell you that I will not be the right judge.
I don't expect to hate this one like I did the meat flavored ones.
But probably not like it as much as the apple pie, right?
I mean, coffee candy is not a thing, so
No, see, it just tastes burnt. I don't like that. It just tastes burnt to me. No, no.
Okay, so I'd say of this set, the last three, cranberry, apple pie, coffee, are bearable as candy.
Well,
The first three were disgusting because they're trying to taste like savory food.
but they nailed the flavors. Like they totally
They did.
nailed that.
They did,
This fucker
Well-
tastes like turkey, which is wrong.
except a little bit of sweet,
Yeah, no, for some reason, like you just put like a sugar glaze, like you put some icing on your.
Like you're making a ham, but you forgot. Oh, I'm making turkey.
Oh shit! I'm making turkey,
I shouldn't have put this brown sugar on this turkey.
and then the gravy on top of that.
That's weird. I saw a funny meme the other day. Said, by the way, said motherfuckers this weekend are putting pineapple and cherries and brown sugar all over a ham, and then next week they'll be complaining about pineapple on pizza.
That is totally fair, 100% fair. Which one of my favorite pizza styles. Speaking of Pizza boy, we're gonna need some Bill Has Pizza soon.
Oh yeah, you
Just
need
a
to get on
reminder of that. But although it is not but one of my favorite pizza styles is a Polynesian pizza I like ham and pineapple. You could throw a couple other things on there, but it doesn't need it. Like just straight up ham and pineapple.
Did you try the spam and pineapple yet?
I have. I'm
Okay.
not a huge fan of spam. Like
don't like spam.
spam. No, but yes, I have tried it, but I don't love spam. Like I will eat spam if I have to.
All right.
Like if it's the apocalypse and that's the only meat available, I would eat it.
I'd eat it before then.
Oh yeah, no. That said, that would not occur in my house because Matt would have just eaten it all because
he buys it just to eat it.
Oh yeah, he buys it just to eat it.
Yeah, I know. I told him about the spicy spam, and he was like, "I'm down."
Yeah, last year during the actual apocalypse, which was not the apocalypse we prepared for, it's just the apocalypse we had. He bought some light spam.
Why?
I don't know.
What is that about?
I think it was the only one left available.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
I
what
can
they
understand.
had.
That makes more sense. If you're settling for light spam, that's fine. But if I wouldn't go out of my way to buy a light spam because I'm like, if I'm on a diet, spam isn't going to.
Yeah, not really.
It's like light beer. It's like, what the fuck? Like, no, just stop drinking beer, you asshole. Like, you're not supposed to drink that. You're on a diet.
So, all right. So you're bringing the cranberry sauce. What else do you have in store for Thanksgiving Day at your mother-in-law's house?
Oh, Emily's making some beets with fennel and something. I don't know. She lost the recipe since last year. She made them last year and really liked them, and she can't remember what all was in it. She just knows it was beet and fennel and something. And,
all right. Well, there are two solutions to that. One, just make what you think. Just go with it, or Google that.
Whatever sound. Yeah, I was like, I was thinking we'll probably end up Googling.
Yeah, just Google that.
I normally would. Here's the thing: if I'm asked to bring anything, I usually make the mac and cheese.
Oh yes, we talked about that last year.
Yes, I did, and my mac and cheese, as I say, is the baked mac and cheese, not the crock pot mac and cheese.
Yeah, which is what I grew up on, and I also like.
And it's a little drier than the crock pot mac and cheese, but it kind of is like pasticcio without the meat.
Yeah.
If that's the closest thing. Like, I remember the first time I had pasticcio, I was like, oh, this is like mac and cheese, but with some meat in it.
Well, right. And so now I learned from my father, who was second generation American, his Canadian relatives. I learned with mac and cheese, because we always had the baked mac and cheese. And apparently we made them similarly, but slightly different, just probably from just regional differences. But I always eat mac and cheese with ketchup. And apparently that's Canadian.
Huh.
But I don't care if it's dry.
Oh,
because I mix the ketchup up in it.
You'll wet it up. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be totally fine. And I think
it's not like dry. It's like there's usually like the top part is crusty. Like the cheese gets a burn on it.
Yeah.
The Maillard reaction, I believe it's called.
Yes.
And
but the inside isn't like that creamy, like Kraft mac and cheese.
No, it's not creamy.
It's
like firm, like firm tofu.
Yeah.
Is what it's got the consistency of, right? Because it's egg and cheese and noodles.
And with that, we did not use egg.
You didn't put egg in it.
No, but that's why it makes more like pasticcio.
Right, because mine's egg and milk, and that's the base. Like you basically you put a layer of noodles, you put a layer of cheese, you put a layer of noodles, you put a layer of cheese, and then you dump a mixture like you're making French toast, basically.
Right.
And you dump that all in it, and it kind of fills in the gaps, and then you bake it at 350 to golden brown.
That's the part we left out. So we'd get the noodles, and then you would do layers like that. But then in the end, we would just put milk in it. That's it.
Milk.
Just milk.
Okay.
Just straight up milk. And,
I got you. Okay.
And then, once you mixed it all together, once it was all cooked, and you didn't mix it, while it was cooking. Like, there was no, you let it bake and
you just let it do what it's going to do.
Yeah, and then at the end, that's it. And so it had, stringy cheese. The cheese would be a little on the stringy side.
Yeah.
It wasn't Kraft mac and cheese. But I didn't learn about the ketchup thing. Well, I always did the ketchup thing as a kid. And I thought it was weird. My dad taught me to do it.
You didn't learn it was Canadian
I did not learn it was Canadian until we had a Canadian friend in Atlanta who did it. And I was like, dude, That's what I did.
Oh,
And
that's like
that's the Bare Naked
Naked
Ladies
thing.
song.
Yeah,
Yes.
the craft dinner.
All
with,
the fancy
with the
ketchup.
fancy ketchup, the Dijon
Dijon
ketchup.
ketchup. And so though like that's when it clicked because I heard the song long before I had.
Oh yeah, I always wondered that too. Because like why? Like I just assumed because you're eating the mac and cheese with hot dogs or some bullshit, you know.
No, apparently you. Well,
you put ketchup on the mac and cheese.
Yeah, I will even do it when I'm out. Like when I'm out, like if we're at a barbecue place or whatever, I'll still put ketchup on the mac and cheese.
All right,
I will still do that 100% of the time.
I will not because I don't like ketchup.
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
don't put it on anything.
We had that conversation in the condiments episode.
Yes, it's my least favorite of condiments.
BT Dubs was episode 1.
Is that right?
We are 73 episodes in, and that was our first episode.
What do you think about defensive pancake?
I like it. It's sweet. It's very maple.
It's also very roasty. It's got a roasty kind of finish.
It definitely is roasty. I like it.
Okay.
I'm going to finish this, but I like it. I am actually debating eating another turkey candy corn.
Okay, well, you do it. You.
I'm going to regret this.
I'm done with the savories. I'm not doing those anymore. I would eat another apple pie.
Well, yeah, I'm not eating it because I like it. I'm eating it because I forgot what it tasted like after eating that.
It's like why I drink 1 root beer a year.
No,
to remind myself that I don't like root beer.
No, this is not good. Nope, still as bad the second time around.
You know, I taste the apple now.
Oh, you? Mm-hmm. Oh, God, why did I do that?
Maybe you just have a bad piece.
Oh, dear
Try
God.
another apple pie. Cleanse your palate.
Thanks. So turkey-wise, do you have a turkey preference? Like, do you care how the turkey is prepared?
I don't really, because I'm not going to cook it, so I'm like just having somebody cook the turkey for me. I will say this, I think I mentioned this probably last year. My family they cooked baked chicken because they thought turkey was too dry. And I avoided going to Thanksgiving at my family's house because of that. Because I was like, if you're not going to do it right, I'm not going to show up. That's just where we're at.
Right.
So as soon as, I used to eat Thanksgiving at my dad's house instead of at my grandma's because he made a turkey. And then as I got older, I'd go to a girlfriend's house or whatever the hell. I would do anything to avoid going to my family's house because I knew they weren't going to make a turkey. And I like turkey. Now, I have a preference. Yeah, I think fried turkeys are fucking delicious. If you want a deep fried turkey, especially if you put some inject some hot sauce or something in it before you deep fry it, that shit is so good. However, that being said, I've had smoked turkeys. I've had regular old roasted turkeys. I'll say this, you know why my family thought that turkey was dry? Because my grandmother did not know that you were supposed to brine that shit the night before.
Yes, I agree. That's why. So that's what I associate. I love my mother. I love you a lot, Mom, if you're watching. But turkeys you put it in the oven.
Yeah.
It just went from put in the oven. I'm not even sure it was salt and pepper before
it might not have been. No.
Pretty sure it was just
halfway through. They might have pulled it out. They put a little butter over it.
Yeah, well, at least basted it. But at that point, you're just basting it in some juices. So
right.
It's if it's not seasoned, it won't be seasoned.
Yes,
which is
exactly.
how it works. So that's why I do not. I just call it white people turkey. White people turkey, I do not love.
Yeah. But in the last few years, I think we've learned more about how to do things.
We get every year that we've been in Asheville for Thanksgiving, and we're doing it again this year. We get a smoked turkey from a local barbecue place. Okay. Luella's actually.
Yes.
Which is right up the road here.
Yeah, I had Luella's on Saturday actually.
Nice. Were you at Luella's on Saturday?
Not the one here, but the one at the place I said had everything else
that's right.
business
yes,
except
that
the
makes
Luella's.
Sense. That makes sense. Because I was going to say, if you were literally right up the road and you did not come over to our drunk fest,
no, I was at the other. Luella's has more than one location, and I was at the other location.
They do indeed. I also realized about 5 minutes ago that I had the "Congrats, you're now home to a colon demon" up almost the entire show. So apparently,
well, we've got colon demons.
We do. We are possessed by the devil.
Yeah,
that is what's happening right now.
Hail Satan! I don't care. Whatever's fine with me.
I'm good with that. Speaking of good promo, sometime at the beginning of the year, we're going to do a Satanic Panic episode.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
So, because I think as children of the late 80s, early 90s, we are well versed in the satanic.
It's coming back around. I heard
It
something
is,
about it
yeah.
the other day, actually, and we'll talk about that and when we get to it. But
When we get to it. All right, so what else you got about Thanksgiving? Anything you got about Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm at the point in the Thanksgiving dinner now where I'm starting to feel bloated, and I just want to like take a little nap.
And we are supposed to eat a pizza.
I know. So I got to take a little nap and I'll catch the last half of the Lions game here, and then and we'll flip back and forth every time it goes to commercial. Maybe we'll flip over to the
dog show.
The dog show. See what's going on over there because I like to watch. Who are you rooting for in the dog show this year?
This year I'm going to go with the Samoyeds.
The Samoyeds.
Yeah, just I like a good Samoyed.
All right, I'm going to go with the Silky Terrier. That's my pick. If you're a betting person, I'm putting it on the Silky Terrier. It's a very small dog.
It's very small.
It's a little.
Yeah.
teeny.
No, my love of Samoyeds goes out directly to Jill
I know where that came from.
and Griffin. Her sweet Samoyed. So
I don't think I've ever seen a working dog win the damn thing.
No, I haven't either.
Maybe this is their year though.
Hey, you never know. I actually never watch.
You don't watch it?
Because where I was watching the Lions game.
Oh, you don't flip back and forth because we
No.
kind of always or we have two TVs on in the other room and you go back and forth.
I don't even own two TVs.
Okay.
That makes it sound like I'm a super hipster. That I don't even own two.
She doesn't even. Oh, you're like. Yeah, and I feel like Calvin Klein in Back to the Future.
I don't even own it.
How many TVs do you have? Oh, we got 3.
No, but we have a small house. We literally only have one. But also when you say flip back and forth, a good chunk of my life I spent actually physically being at the game.
Yeah.
So it was impossible to switch to the.
Oh, absolutely.
Dog show
I get you there.
I didn't even know when the commercials were.
They have picture-in-picture, don't they? You can watch the dog show and the game simultaneously.
You could. I have to say, we actually had to acquire a live TV option just to watch the game. So we just signed up for a live TV streaming service.
Because it wasn't going to be on anything. You checked ahead of time and you're like, shit, we can't watch it.
Yeah. No, this is a thing that since we cut cable, it's a thing you have to worry about.
Yeah.
But it makes it perfect because I also like to watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade, which I couldn't have watched if we didn't have live TV.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's another thing people watch is the Thanksgiving, the Macy's. You'll have your I don't know who's popular nowadays. Whomever the popular pop star is will stop and sing a song.
Yeah.
There'll be some scenes from some Broadway musicals.
Some Broadway musicals, which is the reason I watch, because I do love me some Broadway.
Right.
But
did I see that there is now a Beetlejuice Broadway musical?
Oh, yeah, there's a Beetlejuice Broadway musical.
That's going, everybody's going to ape shit over right now?
There is totally a Beetlejuice Broadway musical.
All right.
Speaking of, we're off for the next 2 weeks, and because...
Oh, you're going to a musical?
We're going to Broadway. We're actually going up to New York to see...
they say the neon lights are bright there.
They do say that. They are on Broadway.
Mm-hmm. Well, Times Square, really, but, whatever.
But we're going to do that. So that is why we're going to be off for the next 2 weeks.
All right.
So I know we are coming close to the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We have things that are extra.
I do have things that are extra this week. What did I say I was going to talk about?
The
car things.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's always this funny. So we're going to be watching the football game on Thursday, and every other commercial is going to either be beer or cars, right? And the funny thing to me right now is they're advertising cars because Ford's going to come on and say, hey, you should come on down and get a Ford. We're offering these incentive packages if you come and get a Ford, blah, 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 blah. If you were so motivated by said ad to go down to the Ford dealership, you would find an empty lot.
Right.
You'd be like, I would like to purchase a Ford, sir. One of your finest Fords. And they'd be like, we have no Fords. We're all out of Fords right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of curious, how's that work right now? Like they're going to advertise this shit. They're wasting advertising money telling you to come buy cars.
Well,
and it's not even Fords. It doesn't matter what it is.
Any car.
Pick a brand.
No,
go there. I promise you there's no cars on the lot.
Because this is right. So during this season, we have Happy Honda Days.
Mm-hmm.
That's an official holiday.
Toyota-thon
is an official holiday.
We're a Toyota-thon family.
And we celebrate Happy Honda Days here. But Right. So like the promise is, right? They've got the adorable commercial with the snow and
the big
family
bow.
and the big bow on the car. And now there's going to be a bunch of people disappointed that on Christmas Day
They won't get a car with a big
walking
bow.
out to the car with the big bow. Which also I would like to ask how many people were doing that anyway.
I've always because I read something. I think there was a meme going around last year that's like you got your significant other a car with a big bow on it. Like you basically made a lifelong a big life decision without their knowledge.
Exactly. Now they've got to pay taxes. They've got to get their registration. They've got to do
I mean, and
insurance.
Like you don't. That's not something you do. You don't go surprise your significant other with a car.
Yeah. By the way, much like buying someone a cat or a dog.
Right. Like woo. Great, thanks for the responsibilities.
That would be like giving someone a child for Christmas. Here's a baby. Enjoy.
I got you this baby. I hope you're happy with it.
I swear to God, if anybody gives me a baby for
No,
holidays,
you're gonna be so sore.
oh no, I will be like, no, thank you.
I mean, like it's even worse.
Can I return it?
Yeah, I mean it's worse because it's like one thing if you were like in your early 30s and then you might have time for that shit, but now you're like I totally don't have time for this shit anymore.
I didn't have kids then. I don't have kids now. There's a reason for that.
Right.
That was a conscious choice. All right. Okay. We have things that are extra. I think we are done for today. We're going to go attempt to eat pizza and not throw up. Although I did not eat as much of this as I thought I might.
No, I'm not going to eat any more of it.
No, we might not keep this. This might be thrown away.
Just toss it. It's awful.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Or maybe we'll keep it for Thanksgiving Day. We'll put it out in a bowl.
Sure.
Without telling people what it is.
Yeah. There you go.
Just leave it there. Like, here, have some candy corn.
Right.
Ha. Yeah. So, all right. So we will be gone. We're off for 2 weeks. So we'll be back on Monday, December 13th for the second annual Bill Has Opinions Christmas party.
Okay.
We don't know.
Holiday office party.
Yeah, the holiday office party. So we'll do
karaoke.
Photocopies of our butts.
There you go.
Those are things you do at a party. We'll get way too drunk.
Yep. And embarrass ourselves in front of the boss.
Yep, that we will.
That's what we're gonna do.
I don't know who is the boss, so we'll figure that out. But
it's Tony Danza. He's the boss.
Is he the boss, or was it Judith Light?
It was Angela.
It was totally Judith Light.
Angela. Angela. That's what he said. Right?
All right. I think that means we're done.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for watching this eat gross stuff on the internet.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, and Bill, will you take us away?
Yeah. Bill's Opinions is produced by Laura Lavoie. The opinions of Bill are his and his alone, unless Laura agreed with them, and vice versa. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and hashtag Opinion Gang if you say anything about us, and send us emails and tell us you hate us and whatever, mailbag, blah, blah, blah. Ask us to talk about a thing. We don't care, whatever.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell all your friends about us. And that's it. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yep. Enjoy.
Right.